All right, guys, today we're going to talk about 10 small things that you can do. This doesn't even really cost any money, hardly, that for your business that will really make it a whole lot more successful if you follow these pieces of advice. All right, so here we go. Number one, very simple stuff, right? This is the kind of stuff that we learned when we're kids, right? That I'm trying to teach my kids. And a lot of this stuff, the small things, are very, very important, though. I don't know if you've heard me talk about this, but I certainly have mentioned this in the past. How you take your clothes off literally can save 14 days of your life. You go, what is that all about? Literally, when you take your shirt off, if you don't turn it inside out, meaning if I take the shirt off and the shirt's inside out, sooner or later, before I wear that, someone's going to have to put it back, or you pull your pants off. Just that small thing, when you add up 45 seconds over a lifetime, it's 14 days. Small things really matter. And in your business, it's certainly even more so the case, and really can separate the difference between being successful and not being successful. So number one, be on time. If you have a meeting, if you tell a client or someone that you're going to be somewhere, be on time. It's a small thing, but it's a really, really big deal. And number two is be prepared, right? Be on time, be prepared, understand what's going on. There's a very famous Harvard professor that told their students one time that they were asked, what's the secret of success? And they said, clear your desk, write 1, 2, 3. And he said, number one is show up. Number two, on time. Number three, prepare. It really is that simple when you're doing those type of things. But let's get more specific. Number three, I think, is follow up on emails, and more specifically, do that fast. You want that people that are interacting with your organization, whether it's customer service or whether it's if you're responding to client requests, whatever is going on, I have found that I like it to go out fast. It helps people understand like the personality of your organization. Like if your organization takes days and days to follow up on emails, just hire somebody else, right? Just get a little bit more organized. The other thing that you should most certainly do is if you have 100 emails in your inbox, that's not going to work, right? You're not going to know what it is that you need to do. You've got to, and there's other YouTube videos, go learn how to get organized. Like I own very successful businesses, right? Multiple. And I bet you currently in my inbox, there's less than 4 emails. I can get my arms around that. I will delete it. I will get rid of it. I will file it away. Don't do the situation where you just compile everything and you're not responding to people and it just all builds up. It's going to create stress on yourself as well. The next thing, number 4, is actually one of my favorites. I've used it for years. Handwritten notes. I write handwritten notes, not nearly as much as I used to, but and I need to get better. But it's a very powerful thing when you talk to a client or someone that can really help you with your business, or even personally, whether it's to your wife or to your parents or to even your kids. I'll do that often for the kids on their birthdays. It's a good thing for your business, though, is just write a simple note. Why? Because no one does it. Someone will send an email. They barely even send an email to follow up with a meeting anymore, which is also a good idea. But certainly, any type of a handwritten note will grab people and they go, wait a minute. And it's something that is so simple and is such an easy thing to do. It doesn't really cost any money and it makes a big difference. Email signatures. Okay. You know how like when you get an email from someone, look professional. All right, so maybe if you have an email from the bank, take a look at that and just copy what they did. Like, it's very simple. Your name, the contact information, look professional. If my email signature is like Mark and the font looks all weird and it's just not professional. It's a small thing. It's a very easy thing to do, and it's something you should pay attention to. The next one for me, number 7, what are we on? We're actually on number 6. No Gmail. All right, no Gmail email addresses, no Hotmail email addresses. You need to have a business email address. All right, so what is that all about? Like, for instance, this whole effort of teaching you guys what our philosophy is on building businesses, we call business anew. Business, A-N-E-W. And so if you get an email from me, it will be Mark, for instance, at businessanew.com. It's not going to be businessanew@gmail.com. It just shows that it's a small thing. Well, how do you do that? It's a technique, right? You have to get your email set up through we'll go through all that when we start talking, teaching you guys a little bit about simplistically how to build a website. But just understand, you can Google it, right? There's nothing that's keeping you from doing that right now. You have the ability if you're really paying attention to the details in your business to kind of shore that up. And that's a big one, just because people go, is this really a legit outfit? I mean, they don't even have a business email address. And nowadays, it's so cheap and it's such an easy thing to do that it's something that you should certainly pay attention to. All right, number 7, you have to make time for marketing every day, period. Period. Nothing happens in your business until you make a sale. Nothing. All right, so understanding your product, understanding who's buying your product, understanding how the money is flowing, whether or not it's profitable. Sometimes people like, we're making tons of sales, and you look at it and you go, yeah, every time you make a sale, you lose money. What are you doing? And so you have to be in this every single day. Marketing is not a byproduct. Doing other types of things is easy because you can go, well, I've got to get my desk organized. Your desk can wait. You don't need to get your desk organized. You need to market. You need to get some damn products sold, right? So you can get some revenue in the door. And marketing is something you have to push the envelope on every single day. You have to do that, okay? Number 8, use your cell phone, but don't use your cell phone number. This is one that will improve your quality of life a lot if you'll do it. I use, I have used, there's different ways to do it. Lots of technology platforms, and one of the days the technology will change again, right? But one way to do it is just do it through like a grasshopper, right? I use my cell phone very commonly, and you can use it in that way, but people don't have my cell phone number. Like, why am I doing that? I'm going to funnel them through a business telephone. Now, they can call me. Ultimately, it might be funneled to my cell phone number, but I'm not giving everybody in the world my cell phone number. Why? Because you got to have a life too, right? You're hanging out with your kids, you're fishing, you're on vacation or whatever. You don't need everyone in the world to be able to know how to get a hold of you. Some people go, well, I love the fact that everyone, that's what I sell. I'd encourage you to sell something different than that, because quality of life is also one of the reasons, that people are trying to build a business. Most people, when you ask them, like, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to make money in a business? So it's like, I want to have more freedom. I want to provide, more for my family. Go ahead and build these things in up front, because I promise you, if with your clients, in my industry, people are the worst at it. They say, well, they get me. People know they get me 24/7. I would never tell somebody that, because you tell someone that, they're going to take you up on that. So when you get a call at 10 o'clock at night and they want you to do something, you've already told them. Now you actually have to do it if you're going to keep any credibility. Okay, number 9, you have to balance your books every month, period. Period. That means taking your account statements from the bank and balancing everything out, reconciling your bank account. We're actually even going to go through the details because a lot of people don't know how to do this anymore. Again, you can Google it, but you have to know how much money you have. Pretty simple, right? Very important though. And the final thing that you have to do, number 10, is that after you've balanced your books, you have to plan your cash flow. A lot of people are just shocked about the fact that they're not making any money, or that, well, wait a minute, I don't have enough money to do. How are you surprised by this, right? You're not treating your business professionally enough if you're surprised about a cash flow drawdown. Now, there are things that happen that are surprises. Maybe a client doesn't pay you. Maybe something costs a little bit more. You're always going to have surprises in your business, but the vast majority of them can be planned for. And so those are 10 small things. As you can tell, that those things don't really cost money. They're all about effort. They're all about focus. And I hope this was helpful to you, especially as when we start going into looking at the way that we plan the finances, and we're going into this next phase of showing you guys and teaching you all how the actual blocking and tackling, what does a day-by-day thing look like? These types of things, this philosophy goes through everything. If you're not doing this right, if you do everything else correctly, it's probably not going to matter. You're not going to be successful in your business. So, the things I always say, make sure to subscribe, because, when I do get a chance to post new content, you're going to want to know it's there, because you need to be spending time with the content. This has got to become part of who you are, part of the way I'm brainwashing you, right? Hopefully in a great way, right? But a little bit. I'm trying to get you to think like me, not so that you can be like me. I want you to be better than me. I want you to take that, though. You have to learn the lessons that I have the ability to teach you and then go run past me. I'll cheer you on. I'd love to see that happen. But make sure that you subscribe. Your comments are helpful. They help me to understand what's going on between your ears, which is where your success is going to happen. And don't be selfish. Make sure to like the video, because if it's helpful to you, it'll be helpful to other guys. So looking forward to catching up again soon. Thanks.